I've never been to Colorado or had a Rocky Mountain high, and I've never seen the Denver Broncos.
Welcome back to the Truckin' Journey, guys. This week's episode, I'm going to show you some of my favorite apps for your smartphone that help life on the road be just a little bit easier. This first one I use on almost a daily basis for every day that I'm on the road, and I think you guys will too. There's a few apps that are similar to this, but this one is the best, except no substitute. It's called Trucker Path. And this is what it looks like. You can have it on your tablet, smartphone, whatever. You open it up, and you'll notice there's a map. The blue dot is you. It works with the GPS. Trucker Path app has some advantages over your Rand McNally GPS. I mean, both will show you truck washes, truck stops, whether it's Love's, Flying J, but the app goes a little bit further. It'll give you their phone number, their fax number, the number of showers that they have, the number of parking spots, if it has Wi-Fi or not. Same thing with your rest stops. It'll also show you all the restaurants that's close by. Here, let me show you what I mean. If you hit this little check in the bottom right-hand corner, the key, and you can select it to show you whatever you like Walmart's and Low Bridges, which I recommend. And of course, rest stops. Okay, here's an example of how you can use it. Now you see this F is a Flying J. If I tap that, it'll pull this up, and it tells me it's in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, what the exit is, the distance I'm away from it, what the parking situation currently is. But if you tap it, it opens up all of this information. It pulls up a plethora of information, such as the number of parking spots. This particular one has 278. It tells you how many showers, if it has Wi-Fi or not. Also, one of the things that really comes in handy for truckers close by, if you just hit load restaurants, it lets us know there's a Flying J, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a Prime Bar and Grill, which comes in extremely handy. But also your rest stops and the Walmarts. This Walmart's in the same general area, lets you know it's a super Walmart. It's right off the interstate, and that's really what you want, truck drivers. The regular Walmarts really don't have your food selection like the super Walmarts do that has the grocery store. But if you don't already have this app, guys, make sure you download Trucker Path. Next app, if you don't have it already, guys, download it now. It's called Transflo. Now there's usually two of them that show up in the app store. The blue one is the old one, the white is the one you want. Real simple. What this is for is, instead of stopping at truck stops and terminals to scan in your barcode sheet and your bills to send to the company so you can get paid, with this you can do it anywhere. You can do it in the truck, you can do it in the rest stop, you can do it anywhere you have, a signal. And it sends it right to the company. You can set that up where it sends you email confirmation, so you've actually got a digital copy of it, and really there's no need to hang on to the paper copies of it. Just one tip: when you're setting it up the first time, it's going to ask you for a recipient code. What you want to put in for US Express is USXP, as in Paul. For other companies, I have no idea what it is. But on our barcode sheets, under the barcode, there's that code USXP, which is their recipient. Just put that in. The rest is pretty self-explanatory: your email address, your driver code, things like that. And you can scan bills on the fly instead of having to stop at the truck stop. As far as for a weather app, I really like My Radar. It pulls up the Doppler radar so you can see where the rain, the snow, that sort of thing is. This is pretty important in the wintertime, especially going through Colorado or a mountainous area. If there's snow and ice, if you want to try to avoid being chained up, it can help with your trip planning, because you may want to go another direction. But with an iPhone anyway, I can simply open My Radar. And it's going to pull it up, and we can see what's going on around the country, like in Nebraska and the Dakotas. There's a lot of snow going on, people. if I can help it, I don't want to go there. And you know, the blue dot, as always, is your current location. But you want to have as much hands-free as you can so you can keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the steering wheel. All right, so for any of you new truck drivers that have a trainer now or getting ready to get a trainer, if they've been driving for 10 years or so, they're going to be teaching you the Atlas way. And, well, you need to know how to read an Atlas too. But the maps on your iPhone or your Android device come in pretty handy as well for a couple of reasons. Now, what I use it for, probably more so than anything, is just to get a quick idea as far as my trip planning. If I'm headed out to California, I'm going to say, how do I get to Fontana, California from here? And it's going to pull it up through the GPS. It's going to pop up the route that it takes, which it lets me know going through Missouri, Oklahoma, going to catch 40 and go across. And I see if I go that direction, it's 2,536 miles. I'm going to do a quick comparison with my fuel stop that's in an app I'm going to show you in a minute, or the information on the driver tech if the company's planning to take me that way. With which that's generally the cross-country route, or the other way would be, you know, across 80 and then drop down through Colorado. But, you know, a lot of times this time of year, there's a lot of snow in that direction. If they're taking me that way, it's a lot of snow. I may call and say, hey, I'm going to go the southern route. The other way that I use the map program is pull up the satellite view. And if I've got a shipper or a receiver that I'm headed to, give a quick look at it. This information, if it's a small place that just has a couple of docks, you only see a couple of trailers, guess what? You're having a live load or a live unload. If it's a big place like a FedEx, a Procter & Gamble, you see trailers galore, it's a good chance you're going to have a dropping hook and you'll be in and out of there. This is a FedEx I'm going to tonight. There's a ton of trailers, so I know that's going to be a dropping hook. That also helps in some of the trickier places, you know, that's smaller places, just to kind of get a heads up of how to get in there, which most of the time the driver tech's going to take you right to the guard shack, but that doesn't happen 100% of the time. All right, this next one is a must-have for US Express drivers, for all you guys driving with other companies. I don't know if your company has this or not, but we've got Express Mobile. Most of the information that you can access from your driver tech in the truck, you can do from this app anywhere, whether you're in the back, you're in a restaurant, a terminal, whatever. The kicker on this, it has like a GPS location thing, so if you're going down the road, it's not going to work. It pops up a safety thing, so you have to be stopped in order to use this. But some of the things that it lets you know, your current order information and your pre-assignment. Like the one we're going to be picking up here in a little bit, it lets me know it's a FedEx load. There's the address. I see what my pickup time is. And it also has the pickup number, which is that big long CR number. Without this, I would have to, the little pad that I keep up with, you know, my order information, I'd have to write the pickup number on there and take that into the guard shack or whatever and hope I got the right number there. But sometimes there's like 3 or 4 numbers that they send you, but all of that in most cases is actually going to be in your order information. You can pull it up right from your phone. And the pre-assignment is the same way. In a matter of seconds, I know I'm picking up tonight in Hagerstown going to Connecticut, and I'm going to be picking up a trailer in Willington, Connecticut, and taking it back to Maryland. You can also check on your hours of service, has your 70 clock, all of that stuff. There's news stories that the company sends, but the messages, get a message from your fleet manager or whoever's, you know, board you're on for that particular time of day. If they send you a message, reply back to it, you just simply hit reply back and it pulls up pop-up message box so you can reply back directly to that person. Or if you're wanting to start one, you can actually just hit phone message 11 and do the same thing. And whoever's board you're on, it'll go directly to them. It'll pop up on their screen. A lot of times you can communicate with them quicker doing it that way versus calling in. But if you're going down the road, once again, you can't use this application and you'll need to call in. Another little time saving and also safety tip, which everyone's gonna save their dispatch, driver's line, whatever you want to call it, in their phone as a contact. But on the same line that you put the phone number, if you'll put a pause, and then your driver ID, when you call in, you know, it'll ring, it'll answer, give the little message, and it'll prompt you to put in your driver's ID. Instead of having to look at your phone and pop in 6 numbers, it'll do it automatically. And you can keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. For my messages and things, I find myself using my phone or tablet more than I do the driver tag, just because the keyboard is easier to type the messages than using the driver tag. But either one will work. Right, for all you truck drivers that are vapors, you know, heck, we usually cover 2 or 3 states a day, so we're always in, you know, different places. And if you get low on your vaping liquid or your coils, you don't want to run out and like buy a pack of cigarettes. No, you can go to Vape About, which I've saved it as Vape Shop Locator on my phone. And what this does, you just click Vape Shop Near Me, and what it's going to do is pull up all the vape shops that's close to your current location. And you can scroll down and highlight it. It has their phone number, their website, all of that. I always give them a little call before I head in that direction. Make sure there's truck parking, especially if you've got a trailer, if there's somewhere across the street, or if you can park in the median or something like that to get your vaping supplies. But it's a Vape About, Vape Shop Locator. Just make sure you have your location on there so everything will work properly. Okay, well, I hope those tips help a few of you guys out. We're coming to a close on episode 76. If you guys have, you know, any detailed questions on Transflo or any of the other apps, just hit me up in the comments. I'll try to get back to you in a timely manner. There's 2 other things. You don't necessarily have to use these same apps that I do, but I think they're also good to have. The first one, I use FaceTime. You know, there's Skype and there's some Android version of it. But I tell you, the hardest thing about being a truck driver is being away from home. And talking on the phone, you know, that's cool. Hearing your kid's voice, your wife's voice. But actually, them seeing you and you seeing them, it always recharges my battery. So, you know, if you don't have FaceTime on your phone, Skype, you know, mine, it works on the network. Other ones you have to be on Wi-Fi, but that'll make being on the road a whole lot easier. And then the last one, this last one, it's not going to do the walking for you people, but it will help increase your awareness of how active you are. The one I use is called Pedometer. It's a little green app with a little walking man on it. But if you open that up, what it does, it keeps up with how many steps you take on a daily basis and equates that into miles. Like I've been 1.3 miles and I've walked 1 floor, which I hadn't been that active the last few days, but it keeps up with all of your progress. And you can set a goal, like I've got mine set for 5 miles. So each time you see the green bar, that means I walked 5 miles for the day. If it's red, I was pretty much dormant that day, but orange and yellow, you know, you're getting a little closer to it. All right, guys, hope those apps help you out on the road to be a little more efficient, have a little more fun, enjoy the journey more. But I'm out of here. Post your comments. I'll get back to you when I can. But don't forget, be safe out there and keep on trucking.